GOP state lawmakers are now rushing to get a 6-week abortion ban to the governor's desk before the session ends in 3 days.
Today, the House got the bill through a subcommittee and could soon be headed now with that bill to the main floor for debate.
Yeah, it comes nearly a week, if you remember, after the Senate rejected a near total abortion ban for the second time. That was the House bill. News 19's Becky Buds has the details tonight.
The House has refused to take up the Senate's bill until now. If staunch anti-abortion lawmakers budge on their position of passing a ban at conception, it could end a standoff between the chambers that's lasted since last year. When Jill and Mark Hartle discovered their baby had a rare heart defect and would die soon after birth, they were heartbroken.
And the trauma of walking through the world pregnant is excruciating, knowing that your child isn't going to make it.
Because of South Carolina's 6-week abortion ban that was in effect last year, the Hartles had to travel to Washington, D.C. to get the care they needed.
MUSD said that they could not help me because if the Supreme Court decision came down in the middle of my induction of labor, then they would be held liable and they couldn't take on that risk.
The couple shared their story in front of a House panel on Tuesday, which advanced a bill that bans abortion after a fetal heartbeat is detected, which is about 6 weeks. The proposal includes exceptions for rape, incest, life and health of the mother, and fatal fetal anomalies. The House wanted a ban from conception, but the Senate rejected that again last week, and now the House appears ready to accept this version. But critics say the Senate bill is nearly the same proposal that the Supreme Court ruled was an unconstitutional violation of a person's right to privacy.
So no matter how you slice it and dice it and try to add additional revisions to change S1, if the 6-week ban remains the centerpiece of the bill, it will remain unconstitutional.
Republicans, however, maintain this version of the bill, and the makeup of the state Supreme Court is different this time around.
Now the ball's back in our court to craft legislation that they will ultimately, I assume, have to deal with again.
House Majority Leader Davey Hyatt says floor debate over the ban could happen on Thursday, which is the last day of the legislative session. If the House changes the bill at all, it goes back to the Senate for approval. Without a sine die resolution outlining what lawmakers can debate after session ends, they could decide to debate the bill next week. Reporting at the State House, Becky Buds, News 19 WLTX.
All right, Becky, thank you so much. Meanwhile, North Carolina lawmakers passed a 12-week ban last week. Abortion remains legal in South Carolina up to 20 weeks of pregnancy.